compassion. You know, it's really interesting. Mexican earthquakes, Houston hurricanes, Florida hurricanes, Puerto Rican hurricanes, others affected by the storms as they moved up through the United States, fires in California, ministries of all kinds trying to minister to these people that are going through these tough times. You have Billy Graham's organization. You have the Florida Baptist disaster teams. You have local churches that are working hard and diligently. People like Shattering the Darkness in Africa and areas where other people don't want to go, to not only share the gospel, but also to provide basic needs, wells, churches for the people. Benjamin House Ministries, ministering to children, helping to educate, feed, and treat medically in an area where 50% of the people have AIDS. First Baptist Church ministering to Krakow and to the prisons here in South Carolina. Temple Baptist Church ministering to Honduras and Peru and many local areas around the Temple Baptist Church in Simpsonville. A youth minister leaving Temple Baptist Church, a paid position, security of a job, and a community that has all of the amenities that all of us like to have. Going to Honduras for 2 years, taking his entire family. We'll go through some hardships of not having all of the things we have here in the United States. Working with the people that are poor. All of these ministries are worthy of our money. They're worthy of our prayers. And I want you to know that God has a message for us in Matthew 25, verses 34 through 40. Then the king will come and say to his on the right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." Then the righteous will answer him and say, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, and thirsty and give you something to drink? And when did we see you as a stranger and invite you, or naked and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and come to you?" And the king will answer and say to them, "Truly I say to you, to the extent that you did to the one of these brothers of mine, even the least of them, you did it to me." Incredible passage of scripture. The balance of works and gospel good news. We could go around the world. We could spend billions and billions of dollars meeting the needs of people. And if we didn't share the good news of Jesus Christ, we would take care of their temporal needs, leaving out their eternal needs. If we went around the world and spent billions of dollars on tape recorders, movies, and big venue presentations of the gospel, and thousands were saved, and yet out in the outlying areas, people were starving, naked, needing medical care, we would be very poor examples of Christians. We need to balance works and faith, balance the gospel presentation with meeting needs. How refreshing it is to hear of churches who, instead of going to the local governments and saying we need help, go to local governments and say, how can we help impact our community? The two churches that I work with, First Baptist Landrum and Temple Baptist, have basically done that. They've gone into the community to see where the needs are, and they've tried to meet those needs. But not just with money and not just with material things, but also with the gospel message. Because you see, the temporal needs being met without the spiritual, eternal needs being met is useless. So ask yourself, do I have an extra $1 or $2? Has God blessed me so that I could give $100 a month to one of these organizations? We can't all help every organization. But if you don't know of an organization that's really needy and it is really worthwhile, who will be good stewards of that investment, let me suggest that you contact me by email and say, Pastor, give me a list of worthy organizations that I can send a monthly gift to. Now, don't take it away from your church tithe. The tithe belongs in the storehouse. It belongs to the church, and the church will use some of that for some of these ministries. But perhaps you have some offerings you'd like to make, gifts above and beyond your tithe. I can tell you at least 7 or 8 really worthy causes where 100% of what you give will go to the need. So, inasmuch as you do it to the least of these, you do it unto him. That's your thought for the day. I hope you'll be generous. I hope you look beyond your own needs and look at the needs of others and have compassion. For where you'll do it to the least, you'll do it to him. That's what he said in his gospel. That's your thought for the day. God bless you.